No, stop. Stop with the rain. It's giving me PTSD.
No.
Go away. Coast of M963 and PTSD. You're on Raw and More. Angus Hamel with you as always for Raw's celebratory after show with some great vibes and great guys. Joining me in the studio are a couple of great guys, two of the best who have ever done it. As always, Stephen Wheatley is with me. How are you going, Stefan?
I am pretty good, mate. It's good to be back after having that well-earned week's rest. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, thank you. I feel like our vocal cords are nice and fresh and ready to go once again. Someone who's even fresher than us is someone who hasn't been in here for a few weeks now. Brando Macmillan is back, ladies and gentlemen. How are you going, Brando?
Yeah, doing all right. Needed a bit of a rest, but I'm back and a bit of a throwback since it's the three of us this time.
It is.
I know, the original trio from the very first couple of episodes of Raw and More. It feels nice, it feels right, and I wanted to say, Brando, it's been so long since you've been here that the Eels have actually won a game.
The secret ingredient.
There you go. I guess Raw and More and Brando not being here was it.
Well, actually, I must say, mate, you were sick last week, you were telling me.
Yes.
So, well, I must say, well, I would say that you're looking quite well, but that's stating the obvious. So I will say you're sounding quite well.
Indeed.
Thank you, Steve.
I can tell you, Steve, that he does look quite dapper this evening. He looks like a bit of a rock star. He's rocking the double denim. He's got the jacket on and was it jeans? I don't know. I can't see down that low. Black jeans? Trousers?
Yes, it is black jeans. Well, I'll have to take your word from it because I wouldn't know.
Yeah. rock and roll Brando. The reason why we started off right there with a bit of dragon and rain is because, well, the reason why we were off air last week is because of the postponed Mariners women's elimination final playing against Canberra United and beating them here in Gosford 2-1. I found out since then, yeah.
Yes.
Go
yes.
girls.
Go the girls.
They are awesome. It's only the 8th time in Women's A-League history that a team has come from behind to win a finals match. So that is huge. That is history-making right there. They've also just drawn the undefeated Melbourne City women's team on Saturday afternoon going into their second leg of their semi-final.
Do you think they can maybe win this weekend?
Well, it is basically 0-0 once again down in Melbourne, but they are undefeated, and they're undefeated for a reason, so it's going to be tough, but they are one win away from a grand final. So fingers are crossed for the girls. They've already done awesome this year, and they're going to give it their best shot down in Melbourne.
How good would it be? So, like, we had obviously the men last year getting the treble, and now the girls this year to be able to back up what the guys unfortunately couldn't do this year.
I know. Wouldn't it be? It's all we've got one there each year, regardless of how one goes. Another one's always there to pick up the slack. The guys, like you said, they've been pretty slack this year, but one thing that wasn't slack and rain-related was the Sounds of the Coast Music Festival that happened Sunday week ago. I was down there. A surprising amount of coasties were down there as well. If you're listening in right now and you were there on the day, props to you, because the weather was, quite frankly, shocking, and we had people dancing in the rain. Steve Wheatley, you were one of them. How was it for you as a spectator?
Yeah, absolutely it was, mate. It was great to see so many coasties out and about, and the fact that the weather didn't keep anybody away. There was still quite a good crowd there at the very end of the night for when the last band was playing. So if you were there, absolutely big credit to you for dancing in the rain. I even said to Angus during the day, Brando, that, well, this is really good commitment from the coasties. I mean, they must know the old saying, you know, if you think rain didn't stop Woodstock, it's not going to stop the coasties coming to the sounds of the coast.
Exactly.
So true.
So true. And Brando, I don't know, could we call it early and say there might be a band by the name of Honey Mustard on the billing next year, Brando?
I sure hope so.
Ooh,
I would say
crossed.
so. And then obviously on the weekend, NRL Magic Round. We'll get more into that in a few minutes' time, but we're starting off right here with a song that Steve is going to be using to celebrate. A bit of OMC with How Bizarre, a couple of Kiwi icons right here, because up the waz, eh, Steve?
Up the waz.
Ghost of M963, you're on Raw and More. Great vibes, great guys. Ango, Brando and Steve-O. Oh no, there's no O'Brien with us tonight. I just realised we're not going to be able to see O'Brien tonight.
Oh
do we need a call? O'Brien's.
There's the tribute right there. Yes, we are celebrating, well, a variety of different events that have happened in the time we've been off your airwaves. That song right there was American rapper B.O.B. featuring Rivers Cuomo of the band
Weezer.
That's right, Brando. And with their 2010 collaborative single Magic, of course, we're talking about Magic Round in that sense. And specifically, bro, one game from Magic Round with OMC and How Bizarre, also known as Up the Waz, because the Waz, Stefan Wheatley, they got up on the weekend, bro.
Oh, they sure did, Angus. And if I haven't said it before, I'll say it again. Up the Waz!
Yes!
That's what we like to hear. And someone that likes to hear it as well is June, who just called in, listening in, really enjoying the show, enjoying the Kiwi artists that we've been playing on tonight's show, bro. I got to say, Brando, unfortunately, the Eels I actually feel sorry for you guys because you kind of got robbed by the refs, to be honest.
Of course you had to bring up the Eels when I'm on the show.
We're only 10 minutes into the show and he's already bagging out Brando.
Hey, I'm not bagging him out. I'm saying I'm on your side, man. That was brutal, the ref's call with the tackle in the air.
It was a bit unlucky in the end, yeah.
That's all right. You'll bounce back. Who are you playing this week? The Dolphins. And, all the Queensland teams lost and Melbourne. So.
Yes. How good was that to see? So not one, not two, but all of the Queensland teams lose, plus Melbourne, and also. Don't know if you gents actually know, but because of the Warriors actually beating the Cowboys on Saturday night, not only do they have a great fan base there, but now they are equal first on the ladder at the moment.
And during Origin, let's just hope Queensland teams keep losing, you know what I mean?
That would be nice, if they can keep the streak going, 3 straight in the Origin especially.
Well, the girls team, got a good start on that on Thursday night.
Oh, how good was that? Are you guys going to, dare I say the word, Newcastle for...
No.
I thought Brando might be opposed to that, but not even to support the girls.
No.
Not even to support the Blues.
I'm not going to Newcastle, man. No.
Oh, mate, and just to think I was going to, buy you lunch on the way up, but,
You can still buy me lunch, I just won't be there.
He'll have the lunch and then he'll just stay wherever it is you drop him.
Just sit out the front of McDonald Jones Stadium. Okay, all right. You like Henny Penny, right?
The Newcastle chicken shop. Actually, Brando, is there like a specific, how far will you go north, before you say, nah, and turn around, I'm too close to Newcastle?
That's a good question.
We talking, Budgie, Swansea?
Nah.
Belmont?
Nah.
Mate, we're talking right to the border of Wyong and that's it.
Nah.
Would you go to Charlestown?
Nah.
Toukley?
Oh, you know what? Toukley. I think Toukley.
Because only legends live in Toukley, am I right?
Spoken from a person that lives in Toukley.
Exactly. Shush, they don't need to know that. Speaking of legends, a segment that everyone loves to hear from at this time of night, it's...
Steve's Good Vibe of the Night. Oh, yeah. Just them good vibes only. Just like there were some good vibes at Sounds of the Coast.
Oh, lovely plug right there, Steve-O. And it is Steve's Good Vibe of the Night, the segment where he dives deep into his own personal playlist, pulls out a song that he thinks has amazing vibes, slaps it out there on the Coast of M airwaves and hopes that you, O'Brien's perhaps, listening in at home right now, enjoy it as much as he does. Stefan, what have you chosen this evening, sir?
Okay, now you mentioned before the break that I have chosen this song for someone special. Well, I haven't. That is not exactly correct. I have chosen this song not just for one person, but for many, many special people that are out there. Now, I have chosen this song, and just funny enough, it has also been another football theme that has been used. But I have chosen this song tonight because of a very special event that is happening on Sunday. I speak, of course, of Mother's Day.
Aww.
So I hope you boys have got something very nice and something special planned for your mothers. Maybe you might be like myself, Angus, maybe taking your lovely mum down to Brookvale Oval to see Manly beat the Sharks.
I was going to say I'm going to drag my mum, who's a Rabbitohs fan, down to Brookie Oval on Sunday for sure to see simply the best team compete against the Sharks, Stephen. Here is Steve's good vibe of the night. It's Tina Turner with...
Simply the best.
Oh, Mum's simply the best.
They are.
No, you're the best, Tina Turner, and all the mothers out there, Coast FM 963. You're on Roar and More. That right there was Steve's good vibe of the night, which was, of course...
Tina Turner, Simply the Best. And that one, as you said, mate, goes out to all the mums, my mum, Brando's mum, your mum, all the mums out there, even some of the fur mums out there who only have fur children. That's for you for Sunday, because
That's me.
because I hope that you do remind your mums, guys. Make sure you say, Mum, you're just simply just the best. You just really are the best.
That's super wholesome, and character development too, Brando, because he's gone from calling your parents the the weird family on the street that people avoid, to saying your mum is simply the best.
No, trust me, they remind me that every day.
Well, I hope they enjoyed that shout out from Steve, particularly tonight. And shout out to all the mums out there. I hope you get spoiled rotten this weekend. Are you actually going to Brookvale this Sunday, Steve? Is that your plan for Mother's Day?
I hope to be down there. I'm not going to guarantee that my mum will be there with me, but I do hope to
Sorry,
be there.
Mum.
How about you, Brando? What have you got on Mother's Day this week?
I would love to share, but my mum listens to this program and I don't like to spoil the surprise.
Surprises.
Oh, no
Okay.
spoilers.
Well, I won't be at Brookvale, unfortunately, because we've got a family lunch happening in Tukli Ukli. So I'm not getting Mum anything for Mother's Day, because that sacrifice should be good enough.
Is it by appearance enough, Mum?
Exactly. I'm here instead of Brookvale Oval watching Manly thrash the
Does your
Sharks.
mum know about that?
She knows now.
If she's listening in, she knows now. But one thing that's also good to know is...
Two songs, they sound exactly alike. Yes, these are two songs, and they sound alike.
Hey, these songs sound alike.
Oh, funny that, because it's Sound-Alikes, the segment where I give these guys two songs where one is an original and one kind of took a little bit of inspiration from the original in a sample or an interpolation re-recording. Now, it's up to my team of sleuths right here, Professor Stephen Wheatley and Dr. Brandon Macmillan, to try and figure out if the sampling was done in a legal fashion or if they got in big trouble for using it illegally. Yes.
Naughty.
Naughty. Oh, we were. What is ahead of us this evening is... something I'm going to be doing a little bit different with Sound-Alikes. I know, spicing things up a bit. Normally, I play you the original first, but tonight, the sample is so distinctive and so recognisable that I'm going to play the latest out of the two first and see if you guys have that moment of realisation that, oh, of course. So without further ado, here is song number one. One of the most famous falsetto notes of all time. Something we've all done in the shower at least once, right, guys?
Not on purpose.
Agreed.
On that note, it's Coast of M963, Roar and More, Engo, Brando, Stevo with you. We're in the midst of a segment called Sound-Alikes, where I give you an original song and a song that took some liberties, some inspiration from the original. It's up to my team of sleuths here, Professor Stephen Wheatley and Dr. Brandon Macmillan, to try and figure out if it was done in a legal fashion or if they got in big trouble for it. We just heard Aha with their 1984 hit single Take On Me, the synth riff of which was featured very prominently in the song you heard first, Pitbull and Christina Aguilera with Feel This Moment, their 2013 hit single. Professors, I toss it over to you. That synth riff, was it legal or illegal?
All right, since everyone's looking at me, I might as well go first. So I'm going to think they did it legally since how big the song was, and also Pitbull, a lot of his songs were very sample heavy. So
You reckon it's legal, all right. How about Stefan? What are you thinking, sir?
Well, I think, Professor Hubble.
I see.
Well, I will say that it is illegal, very naughty.
Oh, you're going naughty, sir.
Yes, very naughty, Mr. Pitbull.
Okay, he is a naughty man who likes to party, but was he naughty in this case? The sample was... It was legal. Yes! Oh, Brando's doing the victory lap. And a victory flex. Yes, it was legally done. Of course it was. If it was that prominent to not do it legally, they would have gotten in big trouble. Hey, Brando.
Yeah, talk smack about Parramatta one more time, Steve. I dare you. I dare you.
Well, I was going to say, Parramatta may not have won, but at least, you finally won something.
Well, the funny thing is, because of how simple that song is as a pop song, full stop, Feel This Moment by Pitbull and Christina, because they used that riff so prominently in the song, the members of AHA were added in post-production as co-writers of the song. Because of that, guess how many people are credited as individual songwriters on that 1 3-minute long song?
How many?
I say over 10.
Pretty much nailed it. 10. Exactly 10.
Oh.
That includes Pitbull, Christina, a bunch of session songwriters, and the members of AHA, which goes to show how many people does it take to screw a Pitbull song? 10. And on that bombshell coming up. And now it's time for a segment that will keep you warm in the dead of winter. It's called
Angus's Good Vibe of the Night.
Yes, it's my good vibe of the night, the segment where I dive deep into my own personal playlist, pull out a song or two I think have immaculate vibes, slap them out there on the Coast FM airwaves, and hope that you, yes you, Brando and Steve-O sitting opposite me right now, and everyone else, enjoy it as much as I do. Now, I don't know why I've kind of gone with this the last couple of editions of Raw and More, but the more we get into autumn and the closer we get to the Aussie winter, the more summery my music taste has become. I don't know what it is, but road tripping summery tunes have been the order of the day with me for the last few weeks. This first one is a song by an Aussie surf rock outfit that I only really just got into a few weeks ago when I saw an ad pop up on my Instagram for a show they're playing here in Gosford, I believe, very shortly. But I was like, this song and the small snippet they played was catchy enough that it had me searching for it all over the place. I finally found it. It's going to be out there on the airwaves right now. Here are Skeggs with a brand new single of theirs. It's called High Beaming, and it is my good vibe of the night. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was my Angus's good vibe of the night. A tune by Aussie surf rock band Skeggs at the top there from their brand new album by the name of Pacific Highway Music. Guess where that band is from, by the way, guys? Surf rock, Pacific Highway.
I'll get back to you on that.
They're from Byron Bay, of course. That song was called High Beaming, a song that I've been obsessed with the last couple of days since I heard it. That tune right there was Arnhem Land Rockers' King Stingray with the single from their latest album, For the Dreams. It's called Cat 5 Cyclone, something a lot of Queenslanders might have thought they were caught up in during Magic Round. Did you guys see the heavy rain that was happening in some of the games up there on the weekend?
I did. I think I noticed with one of the games it was raining that heavy. You couldn't see into the coach's box. And, well, I'd say, having, probably what Bellyache probably went through. He probably didn't want many people to look at him anyway.
Yeah, definitely. The Queenslanders did not have a good weekend.
They would know all about cyclones.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Yeah, there was more devastating than Alfred down there at Suncorp with the losses they had. And on that note, it's time for us to go across the 8 o'clock threshold. And to do so, we are looking back at a hottest 100. Out the back, you guys gave me a year each. Brando, what year did you give us?
1993.
And Steve, what year did you give us?
I gave us 2013.
We put them on a random wheel generator. 2013 came out. So we're looking back at the top 10 of the hottest 100 of 2013. We're about to hear 3 songs that charted that year. It's up to these guys when we come back to try and tell you which song charted the highest. And without further ado, here, speaking of surfy tracks, here is a bit of Vance Joy with easily his biggest song. It's called Riptide. Here's some ukulele surf pop.
Let me live that fantasy.
I want to live that fantasy too. Coast FM 963, you're on our dose, as they say in Espanol, 2, as we say here in English, of Raw and More. Angus Hammer with you, joined by Brandon McMillan and Steve Wheatley. We just heard 3 songs right there, back to back to back, that charted in the top 10. Not only that, the top 4 of the hottest 100 of 2013. It's up to my team of sleuths opposite me right now to tell you which of those 3 songs charted the highest. At the top, we heard from Vance Joy and Riptide. Then we heard from Arctic Monkeys and Do I Wanna Know. And the song you just heard was NZ singer-songwriter bro, Lorde with Royals. Guys, which one of those bunch do you think charted the highest?
It's got to be me first again, is it?
Of course it is.
You are the music expert, Brandon, after all.
A lot of them charted pretty high. I do remember that because I started high school around 2013, fun fact.
Oh, back in the day?
Back in the day, yes. And I must say, I think it's Lorde. I think Royals.
You reckon Royals
I
is
reckon
up there?
Royals, yes.
I like that. That's a very, very good one. It was a big song. In fact, 2013 was a fantastic year for music, by the looks of this chart at least. How about you, Stefan? What are you feeling? Are you going the Kiwi as well or something a bit different, bro?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go with Lorde like Brendo. Because I do agree. I think it was from what I remember, one of the chart toppers.
You dropped that accent quick, didn't you?
Kiwi to Australian, just like that. Actually, from what I do remember, I do believe that was that actually charted very high, probably not just in the Triple J Top 100, but most of the charts back then. And you mentioned that it was a very popular year for music. It was a very popular year for music. It was also nearly a very popular year for Manly.
That's right. They made the grand final that year. We won't talk about what happened after they made the grand final, but... All right, so you're going with Lorde as well.
Yeah, I'm not really confident now because usually Steve does this spiel, then he's wrong.
That's true. The track record of Steve Spiels has not been the best. Well,
yeah, my performance with guessing some of these music is kind of very wishy-washy.
Are you just going with Brandon because he gets it right more often than not?
Yes.
At least he's honest.
Well, I can reveal right now the song that charted the lowest out of those 3 was Arctic Monkeys, Do I Wanna Know?
Okay.
So neither of you picked that. You're safe so far.
Yes.
The other 2 songs actually did chart number 2 and number 1.
Okay.
And the song that charted the highest was... It was Riptide by Vance Joy. Unfortunately, guys, yes, Riptide by Vance Joy came in at number 1 in the hottest 100 of 2013. Royals by Lorde, who was just 16 years old when she released it, that came in at number 2 on the list, followed by the other song we played, Arctic Monkeys, Do I Wanna Know? And in case you're wondering, hey, you can't go 1, 2, 4, what song charted at number 3? It was Daft Punk featuring Nile Rodgers and Pharrell Williams.
So good.
Get Lucky.
Yes.
But because it's 6 minutes long, I thought, you know what, we don't have time for that. We'll play a little bit of it right now. But, like I said, 2013, fantastic year for music. Not so good year for the guessing games.
And may I just say, I have guessed it wrong about the song, but I have guessed right about after Steve's spiel, he gets it wrong. So does that count as a point?
I think that's, you know what, that's a point for the overall Raw and More leaderboard for you there, Brando. Well done, Steve, once again.
No, look, that's okay. That's okay. He has had my number pretty good with this, Brando. So, you know what? Congratulations to you,
Thank you.
sir. And yeah, well, actually, fun fact, I actually didn't know about that, about Lorde, so being 16.
Yeah,
so,
she was nice and fresh, bro, when she wrote that song, eh?
She was.
Very much so. And speaking of nice and fresh...
And now it's time for The Local List. Brought to you by Homebrewed.
Yes, it's the local list brought to you by Homebrewed, Cameron Smith and Eamon Snow, the guys that used to be in this very time slot a couple of years ago, 7 till 9 p.m. Their legacy lives on because they give me a fantastic new release by a local artist every single week to play on your Coast FM airwaves. Tonight, because we went on air last week, we're actually going to be having 2 local lists throughout this hour. Ooh. This first one is brought to you by Eamon Snow, Central Coast pop country artist, not Faith Williams, who performed That Sounds of the Coast, but Chelsea Berman has given us her latest release. It's called Crush. It's an incredibly catchy dive into the idea of having a crush on your ex's new girlfriend. So a bit of an interesting
It's
topic,
different.
to say the very
different.
least.
Unique.
It's kind of a coming out of sorts for Chelsea Berman, who says that the journey of this single began with doubt and has ended with overwhelming support as she has come out as, I believe she's either a lesbian or bisexual. We love to see it. It was co-written with local musicians Jake Davies and Jacob Miller, while Chelsea Berman was lost overseas in Nashville. So this means she had the opportunity to perform and refine the single at various riders around Nashville, Tennessee, the country capital of the world.
Yeah.
Despite this song originating in America, though, Chelsea herself is a coastie through and through. Without further ado, here is the first pick of the local list tonight, Chelsea Berman with Crush. A couple of pop country starlets right there on Coast FM 963. That right there was Faith Williams, who you would have heard down at the Sounds of the Coast Music Festival last Sunday with a single from her latest EP. It's called Route 66. Before that, we heard our pick for the local list tonight, Chelsea Berman with her new single. It's called Crush. If you want to catch Chelsea Berman live, unfortunately you just missed her. She played a show in Patterson on Saturday night. But if you do want to see her on tour again, you can catch her at Sempak in Switzerland, guys. If you want to book a flight to Switzerland to see that song performed live, she's playing there on the 28th of September at the Rock Meets Country Festival, after which I'm sure she'll be back here doing the festival rounds in Australia. So watch this space. If you want to see more of that, you can find her at chelseabermanmusic.com. Now is this little hot piece of gear that we like to call
Brendo's good vibe of the night.
I said vibe, not vibe. Oh my god.
Yeah, Brendo's good vibes.
That's right. It's Brando's good vibe of the night, where he dives into his own playlist and pulls out the song he loves for this evening's enjoyable extremities. I don't know why I came up with that, but Brando, save me. What have you got for us?
All right, I have picked, to give a bit of love for the Bulldogs for their little win of their 38 compared to the Titans 18, who let the Dogs out. Credit to them. Like, with 38 points, you either assume that, A, they got their, top players in their top game, or it's just because they versed the Titans and,
I think it's probably more one than the other.
Anyways, this is Brando's good vibe of the night. It's Baha Men with...
Who let the dogs out?
Where you from, bro?
I'm from Toukley. Stop asking, man. Gosh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Coast of M963, you're on Raw and More. Engo, Brando, Steve-O with ya. That right there was Bo Ryan and Justice Crew with their 2014 hit single, Where You From? Where they kind of celebrate the multiculturalness of Western Sydney, hey?
Oh, true.
Before that, we heard Brando's good vibe of the night, which was, of course...
So we let the Dogs out, but accidentally, we picked a different version of that song, right, Angus?
Yeah, it says Who Let the Dogs Out by Baha Men, but it was a remix of it. So we got the club mix happening here on a Monday night. It's like we're bringing back Coast Weekender or Monday Night Fusion.
It kind of is in a way.
On the airwaves. But, Brando, the reason why you chose that was, again, because...
Bulldogs won against Titans. Pretty easy to do, but, a dub's a dub. So.
Exactly. We'll take a win where we can get it. Brando, as an Eels fan, you'd know all about that. They come few and far between. And now it's time for the saxophone solo of the week. Viva Italiano edition. Funky and fresh on Coast of M963. You're on Raw and More. That right there was my saxophone solo of the week. Nada, Italian singer right there with her 1983 hit single Amore Desperato, which translates in English as Desperate Love. I heard that song randomly come on at Newey Fried Chicken place I was at the other week with my beautiful wife, Jen. And it's been stuck in my head ever since. The saxophone, it just draws you in. There's nothing like a good sax solo, hey guys?
No,
Absolutely.
it was very bellissimo. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Molto bellissimo, Stefan. Molto bellissimo.
Bene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bene. Yes. It adds to the smoothness right there. Who doesn't love a bit of Italian? But from Italy, we're going to crash back to the Central Coast.
And now it's time for the local list. Brought to you by Home Brewed.
Yes, this one also comes to us from Aim and Snow. It's a band we actually featured on the local list last year with their single Living Uptown. It's Sugar Soap with Time to Come Alive. Bright, sun-soaked and catchy. The track sees this band absolutely nailing the dreamy indie pop sounds they've been brewing up on the coast here recently. It cements their place as a real up-and-coming Central Coast band you should absolutely be keeping eyes and ears on right now. Without further ado, our second pick for the local list tonight is Sugar Soap with Time to Come Alive. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was our second pick for the local list. Sugar Soap with their brand new single, Time to Come Alive. That makes me feel like coming alive. What a beautiful indie pop track that is. And that brings us pretty much to the end of Raw and More for this evening. Mondays with the A's coming up after the 9 o'clock news. But first, Brando, what's one thing you've got on for the rest of the week?
Well, obviously we've got Mother's Day coming up, so I get everything all ready for that. But we've been brainstorming some future content, some segments, if you will, for future Raw More. So yeah, you had to get ready for that.
Yeah, watch this space. Same time next week. Maybe with James alongside us. Maybe with just us. Steve, what have you got on for the rest of the week?
Yeah, no, so as Brendan said, so Sunday, very important day. I probably, because I might be travelling down to Brookvale, I will hopefully maybe have a bit of an early Mother's Day celebration with my mum. So hope to be doing that. Don't have any sporting commitments on this weekend, which is good. So I get to have a bit of a nice, easy weekend, spend a bit of time with mum for Mother's Day. And just for you, Brando, because you couldn't beat the Sharks last weekend,
here we go.
we will beat them this weekend for you.
That's it. Your Manly friends will avenge you this weekend, Brando, and we'll be back next Monday to see how it all went. But first, here's Olivia Rodrigo. Good
Till
night.
next week, folks. Happy Mother's Day.